Hello everyone, welcome back. Some of you guys watching my CDS playlist and some of you guys watching my SAP Rep real time project playlist, or you might have come directly to this video. I just want to explain how we can use and where exactly we have to use the CDS table function in real time. I'm going through one requirement where we are developing SAP RAP application for the Fiori list page where I need to develop CDS table function. I can't use my normal CDS view. That I want to show you guys. Let's get started. Just to give the background, who guys came directly to my CDS playlist, who is watching already project real-time project playlist, they are good. But some guys came directly to this video who is watching the CDS views. I just want to give them example when we have to create CDS table function instead of CDS views or CDS view entity. You can see as part of my real-time project video series, what we are doing, we are trying to create one CDS view out of the select statement where we are getting the data from the RESB table. These are the fields I am getting. But when I am getting from this table this data, I have to make sure the quantity should not be equal to 0. Second thing, the result set of data where the reservation number should be in ascending order and quantity should be descending order, and I have to consider the first entry of that particular group, and I have to delete adjacent duplicate comparing the reservation number. So I will be getting the first reservation number entry where the quantity should be max and the concept quantity should not be equal to 0. I tried to achieve this thing using this view entity. I called this particular RSB table. I'm getting the RS num, matner, quantity and the quantity unit of measure that is required. But I can't do first thing order by in my CDS view entities. On DDI, CBS, CDS also we can't do. Order by is not possible whenever we are getting the data from the CDS view. Data is already sorted based on the key field or based on the database how they have stored. That is first hiccup. So that is the reason I can't create the defined view entity and I have to go for the CDS table function. Second hiccup is that I have to not only I have to do the order by, I have to get that particular group reservation number group. For example, in RESB table, since the reservation number is not the key field, apart from the reservation number there is a reservation line item table, line item also, RS num also is there, RS pose also there, and RSA RT also there. There are 3 fields are there. I have to group because same reservation number can be repeated multiple times. In that group, I have to take first entry where the quantity is max. That kind of thing, even I can put here max BDMNZ and I can do the group by. But in that case, I can get only the reservation number and the quantity I can get what is the max quantity. But if I do the group by along with the reservation, I have to consider the matner as well, and that group it will consider. That is another hiccup. So that basically what I want to say, in this case we can't use the CDS view, so we have to create the CDS table function. So let's quickly create the CDS table function for this. So very easy to create CDS table function. I have to double click here. You can right click on your data definition where you are already created, new data definition. I will give the same name, reservation. I can give the table function, you can give the suffix for understanding purpose, or you can give the if you have some other naming convention you want to follow for the table function, CDS table function, that also you can give, but generally we follow the CDSU naming convention also. So I'm using table function, so that is the reason I'm giving underscore TF as a suffix. So reservation detail is the my CDSU name, and I will click on next button. and this time instead of selecting CDS view entity, I will select the table function and click on finish. If you don't know the CDS table function, you can watch out my CDS view series. If you are directly watching this video in my real-time project playlist, you can click on finish button. It will create one CDS table function. Taking time. Timeout. I have to select again template. You can do control space. Define CDS table function. Table function will be there. Table function with parameters. You can do enter. This time, let me comment out. I don't need any parameter as of now. This CDS table should be client dependent. The first should be mandate, because I know I am getting the data from the RESB table, and this is client dependent table, and first field is the mandate. So that is the reason I am giving the same field, and you can change the type also. Instead of ABAP client, you can give the mandate. The first field will be the RS num. I will be needing the RS num. That should be type of RS num only again. Second field I will be needing matner, obviously matnr. That should be matner. And anyway, I am fetching the data from the reservation. Why I have to join again for the material text? I can get the material text here also, matnr text. So that will makatx you can give, or you can give the name. You no need to rename in the when you write the SQL. So you can directly give the makatx, and we will be needing the bdmng here. Quantity I am just using for the filtering out where the quantity is not equal to 0, and I want to get the max quantity. Otherwise, I don't need in my output quantity. So quantity wise, I need just logic. So I no need to write the quantity. Then I have to define the class name. So it should start with ZCL. I can give my project name. For one project or one application, you can create the one table function. So since I am following the naming convention, I can give ZCL underscore RAM underscore process underscore order. And I can give the method name as a get reservation detail, get underscore reservation underscore detail. Like that I can give. I can double click on this one. Do I have some error? Shift F1 I can do. I don't have any error, and I can activate this one, control F3. Now we will get warning. Obviously this class is not available, which we have to create. Let me try with control 1. There is no suggestion obviously, but I can create this class quickly, or you can double click over here. And to create the class, let me go to my project name, new ABAP class. That will be the AMDP class. Process order app I can give. So all the process order app related code I will write in this class, and I can add interface here itself if I want to add. If AMDP marker interface is there, AMDP underscore marker HDB, this is the last second one. I can select this one. I want to add OK, and you can click on next button. You can select the appropriate TR and click on finish button. It will create the new class. It will add the marker interface, and now in this particular CDS table function method we have to create. So let me double click on this one. First I need to activate this class, control F3. Then you have to come to your CDS table function which you have created. So let me do control 1 now. Create the method get reservation detail. It will add automatically this method for table function, this table function, and we are creating by database function since it is the function, and for HANA database we are doing. So that is the reason for HDM, HBD, and we are using the SQL script language, and we are using the options as a read only. And it will return the one select value. So it's asking you have to write the code, shift F1, Control S, let me do as of now, and let me return something. Try to return something based on my CDS table function. Let me go to the reservation here again and put here this one. And what I will do, I will select the data as of now from one table. I'm not selecting from multiple table, and I will try to replicate this. Select our mandate. You have to use obviously client because you are writing the code in a SQL script. Now you are not writing your code in ABAP. So make sure you have to write the get the client, you have to put on condition mandate, you have to put in where condition mandate. Everywhere you have to put mandate if you want to achieve good performance. So first I will be the mandate field, second field will be the RS num, third field will be the maintainer from RESB table, and since we are using the table, so all the ABAP object whichever you are using, you have to use using RESB. And once we got the data from, and we have to put the appropriate where condition based on our code. First where condition, where BDMNG, so BDMNG not equal to 0, or you can put not equal to null, is not null. And second condition, I have to get not only this one, I have to get the text also. So I can give this table name as A, and I can get the A dot. Here we have to use because we are using the SQL script, not the ABAP code. In ABAP code we use the tilde operator, and I have to do the left outer join, left outer join with the MAKT table. Here we have to use directly table, no need to use CDSU inside this. MAKT is B, on condition we have to use. Obviously first on condition should be mandate, should be equal to b.mandt client field, and second condition you should have the material number you have to pass. So a.matnr should equal to b.matnr. The most important thing, we need to get the only data, since I want to get the one language only. I don't want to get the data in the another language. I want to get the where the system user which language he got. Again I have to access the system user. There is the way, there is two way. Either you can select and use the function, and you function name is, let me search it out, I forgot. Function name is session underscore context. So for that either you can use select that function session underscore context and pass what you want. You want client or you want local underscore SFE for the language. You can pass as a parameter, it will return us, and then you can do the inline declaration and get, or other way you can declare the variable. So here I will use another approach. In that way you can see how you can declare the variable and get the data in this one. There is little bit different way here to declare the ABAP variables. Here you have to use the declare statement, not delete statement, declare. And after writing the declare, you have to use the variable name. Then what I can use here, naming convention, I will follow the lv underscore language I want. Then you have to use the what type of your variable is. For that you have to use double comma. Here usually ABAP variable, how we declare, we put double comma and dollar ABAP dollar ABAP dot type I have to use. to access type, and I can pass the what type it is. ABAP type I am using, in this case mandate, I think so. Mandate, whatever the type it is, not mandate, language is there, so I can use the sign language or whatever the value you want to use, SPRAS or something, the data type which you are in your language. So I can use SPRAS here. So once you done, you can put the semicolon. Obviously you have to put semicolon. I did some mistake, type is wrong. I think this is syntax mistake, I don't use regularly, so you have to put here, I think, space. Yeah, now it is working. So now we have to get this value on go. For that, lv underscore lang equal to, you have to use session underscore context control space. You have context information you want to get, you have to pass the parameter as SAP lang, SAP underscore local. That will give you the language of the current user logged in, and we have to use the semicolon, and we go to the language, except F1. I think so it will work, and this language we will use further in and b dot current session language we are using. So b dot sparse will be whatever the language you have, so lv underscore lang. So here we have the host variable, hosting we do using the colon. Once we did this one, left outer, where this one, that data we will get, I can put return statement here. I want to get this return, and I want to get the material text from the bdmaktx. Something else I'm missing here. There is something, yeah, we have to put which quantity, a dot bdmng is not null, and put the colon. Left outer join I am doing makt. Oh, we have to use comma resb comma makt table. Something else, I have some issue, comma without preceding colon. Okay, no, I have to remove this one, and I can use like this. There is matner b dot matner. Oh, this is also going bdmng. Let me see, a table mein bdmng, that's bdmng is not null. Left F1, control F3. It took little time for me because I'm creating this first time, and we usually don't write the code in SQL script. There is no much difference, but this syntax, declare variable syntax, or this functions, we have to know slowly we know. If you write one or two AMDPs and one or table function, these are the basics here. So for editing, it got locked. Let me unlock. I have activated. Before doing anything else, let me run this CDS view and see CDS table function, and see I'm getting some result or not. That is very important for me. And one more thing, not only you have to pass where condition here, you have to pass the mandate field also. Let me do that also. Control alt arrow down you can do, and you can do control alt arrow down, and this time lv underscore mandate or client you can use, and you can use the AMDT, and that you can use here control C, where a dot or any one table you can use, a mandate should be equal to lv underscore AMDT. You have to use one AND condition here, because we have to pass mandate mandatorily here a client, otherwise it will get the data from all the client. This is SQL script, not the ABAP code. Shift F1, control F3. Let me check it got activated or not. I think it got activated. Now what I will do, whatever the client we are calling from, that same client, it will be returned here. So here we have to pass for local client, we have something called client here, client. I think CDS underscore client, ideally we have to use CDS underscore client to get the CDS client. It will return the client specifically to the CDS. I have explained this one what is the difference between the client and CDS client. In my CDS use series, where I have explained the CDS table function. So you just watch out if you want to know why I have used CDS client instead of the normal client. Now quickly execute this CDS table function and see what is the result currently we are getting. We have to do a lot of things still, but I'm doing simple execution as of now. You can see we are getting the material, but we are not getting the material text. We are doing something wrong. Yes, we are doing something wrong. We have to use here local underscore SAP instead of SAP local. How I get to know? I will tell you. You have to put breakpoint. I pause the video in between, and you have to rerun this one. So you have to do F8. It will trigger the breakpoint obviously. And when I did F6, I didn't get any LV lang value, but I got the mandate value as a current client value. Oh, this time mandate is also blank. Yeah, mandate I got 200, but LV language is blank. That is the reason in the return statement I'm not getting the MAKTX. So let me go to the ABAP perspective again. And what I will do, I will change this one SAP underscore local to the local underscore SAP and control F3. Let me do F8 one more time, or I can refresh this data itself so I can get the data. It's triggered. I forgot to remove the breakpoint. Let me remove the breakpoint and do F8. Oh, still the code is not updated or something wrong. Task local underscore SAP is correct. Let me close this one. Let me do F8 again. No, we are not getting it still. Again, spelling mistake. I have to do LOCALE, control F3. I don't remember these all the names and all. So I rarely use CDS table function. That is the reason. And now you can refresh it out. And you can say you are getting now text, which is in English. This is the first step now. But that if I have to do, I would have done simply using the CDS function. Now my requirement is little bit tricky. First, I have to do the order by. Obviously, I can do the order by here. So order by close I will write. I think after the order by rs num c ascending order ASC and BDMNG descending order, comma I have to write descending order. So like that we can do. This is the first step. So this I was not able to do the CDS. Not only this, whatever the result come now, from that result I don't want to return this entire result, because if I return this entire result, even I am passing for one rs num, there will be the multiple entries here, but I want to get for one rs num only one entry. For that, there in SQL in ABAP also it will available. We can group the data based on the rs num, and there is the row number function is there. That row number function I can use. I can get the row number, I can access the first row, and that row only I can return. That I will try to use here. So for that one, on top of this select, I have to write another select. So select inside select. That also in little bit available in ABAP, not that much extent how it is available in this particular CDS table functions. That I will try to show you guys. You can see in our current output, let me show you for one reservation number. Here we don't have repeated entries. Do we have repeated entries? Let me sort it down. Because we are getting only the for one, and oh, you can see for the one reservation number we have the multiple material. So I don't want these all three materials. So for reservation number 2 to 8, out of this I want one entry only, where the BDMNG is the max. That requirement I have to achieve now. For that, on top of this select, I have to write another select. So I should not return this one. Instead of returning this one, what I will do, I will write again this select, Control C, but this time I will not write A dot B dot C. Select this, select this, select this. This is called the subquery. We can write the subquery like this. So then delete, what we can do, from this one we have to select. We have to select this query, these all values from this one. We have to select from these four values which we are returning. We have to, whatever the four values come, we have to return. As of now, we are returning the same thing. Whatever the result it is coming, either we can return directly or just you can return this one. But I don't want to return all the entries. I just want to return one entry. For that, I have to use one little function, that is SQL script function. Nowadays, it is available in advanced SQL as well. The row number function, which I have explained in my advanced SQL for ABAP in ABAP on HANA series. If you have watched, you can go and watch it out, what it is exactly, what is over, what is row number. This is called the window expression, where we can divide the data in the table and we can get group the data in the table, and out of that we can retrieve something. That you can watch it out if you want to do. Again, we have to do the partition by here, something called control space. I can use partition by rsnum, so I can use a.rsnum, and we can use order by also, because I have to do the order. So let me use, so you can use order by b dot a dot bdmng descending order. Okay, and is this result, whatever I am getting, is row number I will get, row underscore num, row num, or I can use row number instead of, because row number is function, I can use row num, so I can find out easily. And once I get this one, but in where condition I will put one thing, where I will get this data is sub, is you can use subquery, is subquery, and where I can put sub dot row number. There is something called row number is there, yeah, row number equal to 1. In that way, in this group I will get only one entry. Instead of getting these many entry, I will get the only one entry out of here, except F1. So you can see the 2 to 8 here. Currently we are getting the multiple manner. Now when we execute this one, we will get only one entry. This, how I get to know this function I have to use? There are a lot of SQL functions are there. I will give you one link in the description, but basically I'm telling I did ZGPT, nothing else. But I'm not using a lot of things advancedly, so I just took help of little bit ChatGPT. What can do in this case? So they told you can use partition function. I know what is the partition function and what is the use, but it didn't click me when I was using this one, because I'm not frequently using that much. So here it got help and I use the same way. And now what I will do, I will do the refresh here, 2 to 8, I have to see the 2 to 8 entry. Let me activate first one, Control F3. And for 2 to 8, now only I should get the one entry instead of multiple entries. One more thing, I just now realized that we no need to do this one here. If you are doing BDMNG descending in that particular group, then I don't think so. Final result, we have to do this thing. Because in that rsnum group I am getting, in rsnum group BDMNG is greater that I am getting from here itself. row number 1. You can do order by rsnum. Here this is not needed, and anyway that is fine. Control F3, I think it will work. Let me refresh my data and see 228 data. There is some issue now because it got changed. Let me do F8 again. I'm getting dump. There is some issue in my code. I have to look into that. So I can see via this message there is something called sub.subrow. I use sub 2 times. That is the reason I'm getting this issue. Let me remove this sub.subrow. This is multiple time. Sub dot row number is 1 time is fine. Control F3. I didn't get that syntax error when I activated, but now I'm getting error. So now let me close this one and let me do F8. So you can see the number was 228 now. Let me see, 228 is coming here somewhere. Yeah, you can see 228, and now it is coming only 1 time. It's not coming. You can see the quick filter on this one. So there is only 1 entry. Previously you were able to see multiple entry with the multiple material. Now we got only 1 entry. So for the simple thing in ABAP, this is also, again, if you work day to day in SQL, it is very easy only, but this is how we have to achieve this functionality using the CDS table function. With that, we have created the CDS table function. The guys who are following the real-time project 1, we will continue and we will use this CDS table function in our process order AF along with the AFKO association, and we will continue with our CDS data modeling. And who came from the CDS playlist, this is how we can use real-time CDS table function. Before going to next video, please like this video, share these videos with others as well. Write it down in comment section whatever you are feeling. With that, thank you and happy learning.